Hey everyone, good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from. Welcome to the show today. Normally there is two of us in the studio, but Tyler took his part of the show on the road. And I hope you're ready to learn about what's new and important about PoE lighting, smart building, and human-centered design. Join us as we go live with Tyler Andrews at the PoE Lighting Pavilion at the BICSI Winter Conference. For those of you who are new to what BICSI is, it's the trade show for structured cabling designers and installers. And what's important for you, it's where companies working on new network tech show off their newest, coolest, techiest stuff that they're going to have for you. You won't find a higher concentration of power over Ethernet technology anywhere else, and Tyler's coming to us live from Ground Zero, the PUA Lighting Pavilion.
Hey Maria, how you doing?
Oh, doing all right, having a little bit of Facebook difficulty, but what is new with Facebook?
Well, actually, I am trying to get it started right here, so I'm going to just do a quick start on it while we introduce the PoE Lighting Pavilion here at BICSI. So let me just throw that here in the title. It looks like this was on me, Maria, for not getting this up. So why can't I go live? We will keep going. So what's going on here at the lighting pavilion here at BICSI is four of the top PoE lighting manufacturers have all come together to produce one space here that is PoE lighting. And it covers a range of all the different kinds of things you can see, and it is really exciting.
It
So,
is, I'm excited.
well, yeah, isn't it very cool?
It
And
is.
I kind of gave you, Maria, the preview yesterday, what we were working on here, and
Yes.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So,
Let's see. What I'm
go
interested
ahead.
in seeing actually is I want to see the attendees' reaction to what we have at our booth. I had a little bit of a preview when, of course, we were setting it up here to get ready to take on the road. But I want to see, I'm interested in knowing what attendees have thought of it so far and what they're going to continue to see, as well as our booth neighbors. What kind of booth neighbors do we have for us today? Is it other PoE companies? Is it more cabling?
Yep.
And also to see what cool exhibits or conferences that you've seen or maybe walked in on, any trainings or anything like that. I'm
Hmm.
interested in seeing your take on that.
Okay. Yeah. Definitely. Well, the feedback for the Big C pavilions and the booth so far has been really positive. Uh,
Awesome.
yesterday after yesterday afternoon, they did a 4-hour training on specifically on PUA lighting, Platformatics, DMI Technology, who does installation up in Dallas. Um, uh, I totally just brain froze here. Volt Server. They all came together and did a 4-hour presentation yesterday. It was fantastic. And then all evening, people were coming up to the booth, very interested, ready to see what PoE lighting would do for them. So I think it's very cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. What's your favorite part of our either the pavilion as a whole or what we're showing off at the pavilion?
Okay. Now we're going to get into some interesting stuff. So I'm going to put my little tablet here. I apologize, everybody on Facebook. We will try and get that Facebook stream up. Maybe Maria can work on it while I'm doing the talk.
Yes,
Um,
I will do my
what's
best.
really exciting? Yes, thank you, Maria. You're a champion and a scholar. So what we're working on here is what we're looking at here is the PoE Texas booth. So what they did is they created this like tunnel, and I'll do a quick panoramic shot so you can see what it looks like. They did this tunnel experience where you can walk in and see what it looks like for different manufacturers. So we're going to come into the PoE Texas portion real quick, and I'm going to kind of tilt the camera up here. We have our new light fixture for PoE Texas that does very cool downlight and uplight. We'll get to that. We have a light up there, that is an H.E. Williams can light. Then we have a blind up here that's showing, let me pull this up a little bit, showing we've got a Somfy blind, by the way. So this is a Somfy blind provided to us by the guys at Screen Innovations right in Austin, Texas. Great guys. We have this display, and I'm going to kind of give a little bit more on this display in just a second. We have our Heckler wall mount running the PoE Texas conference room app. It's our own app here. And we have a watt stopper light with a motion detector in here running the whole thing. So, and then I'm going to talk about the switch what's powering this in just a second. But so to give you the preview, what I'm most excited about, some of the very cool new technology that people have not seen from us before. This is a brand new prototype, and it is designed as a facial detection system. So it's not just it is a PoE powered 32-inch media display. But what's cool about it is it's got a camera in here that's looking at you while you're looking at it. And what that camera is doing is it's talking to an AI who's deciding, are you male? Are you female? How old you are you happy? Are you sad? Are you in a good mood? Or are you in a bad mood? And it will change the media presentation to reflect who's looking at it. So this is a brand new product. It's prototyped. It's not even announced. So if you ask about buying it, we can't even do it. But I wanted to show here at the Lighting Pavilion what you can accomplish with PoE. Now,
and I did get to test it out a little bit. It did recognize some of my features. It was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool. So we're playing with that. And we put it all together in like a PoE conference room. And the idea here is you've got a camera for your video conferencing. You've got a display. This is like a little huddle room. Now, if you're looking at my face right now, why this is all coming together. My face right now, I look okay. I'm a little washed out because I've got so much white behind me, which is a problem. But what's happening is that on a camera view, with too much direct downlight, you get a very two-dimensional view. So what's cool about the PoE Texas conference room is we've integrated the lighting, we've integrated the switching, we've integrated the controls through a touchscreen, and we've integrated the blinds so that you can get quick automated scene changes for the lighting in your space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the camera here. I'm going to back you up a little bit. I'm going to tilt it up just so you can see what's going on. And I'm going to step back here, and I'm going to go ahead and trigger the PoE conference room. This is like me walking in and turning on the lights. You can see the overhead lights have come on. The blinds are automatically going up, and the blinds going up mean that you get the natural light coming into the space. We can have a light harvesting to then adjust the light for the outside light. And you get two different types of downlight to make the scene better. Now, to give an idea of what the capabilities are for the scene, I'm going to go ahead and hit a demo button on our controller that's going to show the wide range of scenes and settings that you can see when you do the PoE conference room. And what you're going to do is you're going to start seeing some lights coming up brighter. You're going to see some lights coming down. You're going to see the blinds coming down. I'm changing the color temperature to make that space feel warmer and more inviting. And then we're going to bring everything down and back up again and reset the conference room to a basic lighting condition. So this is what the PoE automation can provide. And here's the cool part. We at PoE Texas, we do it all. We can provide the lights. We can provide the hardware. We can provide the design. It's not like we're going to just go, hey, buy this cool idea, buy the lights, and then you're done. We do it all for you. So we'll put it together into a kit and make sure it's all functional. So, Maria, stop me at any time if anybody has questions.
Nope, I think we're still good right now.
Okay. And then, so I'm going to take you now over, we're going to take you out of the tunnel just for a minute to take a look at the new PoE Switch. That is our featured product for the month, the DTS 10-8-55V 370W. And what we're going to do is we're going to look here at this is our pavilion part of our pavilion. This is the core running the entire conference room. And let me see if I can turn it just a little bit so you can get a really good focused view on it. And what you've got here is this is the server running the software that makes the whole PoE lighting experience work. But this is our product, the GBTS 10-8-55V 370W. It is a dual PoE switch. It can do UPoE, which is dual signature, and it will do 802.3 BT PoE, which is the new 90-watt standard. You have 8 ports of power, 2 ports of uplink, and 2 SFP ports. And then on the right, this is the cool part, you have a display. Let me see if I can get that camera to pick it up. You have an LCD display that shows you the output of each port, so you know what your switch is doing live while it's working, which I think is a really important feature in when you're dealing with lighting situations, because you have to be able to accurately make decisions as you're doing commissioning and startup and diagnosing what's happening with your lighting system.
Oh, definitely. I agree with that
So,
100%. It's a very helpful feature.
yes, we're seeing that more and more, and that's just one of those key factors, is to be able to make sure we can diagnose it. So, this is the PoE Texas Lighting Pavilion. This is what we're doing. Do you have any questions for me on what we're doing here?
I have a question that maybe the audience might want to know as well. So you said that you were going to essentially, when you press the button, you mocked the demo to where what would happen if you went on and flipped on a switch. Is it always going to be needing that manual switch on, or is any part of it motion activated?
That is a great question. This is a motion activated switch. Unfortunately, I've been standing here, so I've triggered it. It's got a 5-minute off timer. So, but yes, when I showed up this morning and when I walked up, all the lights were automatically off. It was shut down. As soon as I walked up, all the lights came up, the blinds went up. So it is automatic with motion detection, which is very cool. So then there's a lot we can do with the motion detection.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
unfortunately, because I'm standing here waving my arms and doing all these other things, the motion detector has already been fired. But yes, there's this onboard motion detection in this watt stopper. We can also put in an overhead motion detector. Very simple process.
Awesome. It definitely seems more smart to have it, motion detected, especially with the monitor that can read your emotions, your face, your gender. It's all coming together for that smart conference room.
Yes, very cool. Well, if we're interested, why don't we now? I want to take you to see some of the other booths and what some of the other people are doing here.
Yeah,
So
let's
we're
go
going to flip the
see.
camera around. We're going to flip the camera around real quick here. We're going to go very, unfortunately, and I apologize about the jiggling. Unfortunately, we couldn't get our friends from Hubbell today. They've locked the conference center, so some of us had to sneak in and crawl through some windows to be able to do the show today. I'm
You're a
gonna
tall guy.
turn
How
off
did you
our
crawl through
light
all
here.
those windows?
Actually, I had to beg and plead and promise to tell my children to the organizers to get in during off hours. So
Oh
what
no.
we got here is this is the Hubbell experience, and what's cool about the Hubbell experience is they've got, and I'll pan up here, they've got a 2x4 troffer, which is really important, and then they're showing this, they're showing their node mounted in a wall connected to a switch, and you can turn it down. You can I am dimming it. You can dim up, and it gives you a lot of power and flexibility. They're using a similar type experience that we're using for our equipment. So there's Hubbell. Let me go see though. I want to move on to the Genesis guys, who are Innovative Lighting Solutions. Jason and Harry, both really great guys. I'm going to see if they're at their booth because they have something very cool. And if I can't get them live, I will film this and post it later because they have a virtual reality experience for their booth. And
Oh, wow.
unfortunately, it looks like they couldn't make it past the security. So I will film this for you. But the guys here at Genesis, they actually have some Oculus Rift goggles, and they do this full immersive virtual reality experience doing Peewee Lighting, where they'll take you above the ceiling and see the lights. It's very cool. So I'll put together a video. We'll post it later. Unfortunately, the security became an issue that we didn't know. But I do happen to have Joe from Platformatics. And Joe is a great guy. So Joe's giving us a hi. We were able to sneak Joe in through security. So thank you for making it to the show today, Joe.
Glad to do it, Tyler.
All right. Well, Joe, I've done a lot of talking. I'm sure they want to hear from somebody else. Give us the tour of what Platformatics is up to.
Okay. All right. Would you like?
Sure. Let me pan around here.
Strip light
Oh, the audio seems to be cutting out on your end.
showing here in the tunnel, and then we've got lots of other examples here in our booth.
Okay.
You'd like to see.
I'm gonna huddle up next to you, Joe, so that Maria can hear. Because how much of that did you catch, Maria?
Just the end of it, unfortunately.
Okay, so Joe here has a tunable white fixture that he is presenting. So the it's a 2x2 tunable white, and then he's got this very cool single small strip light. Now, is this tunable as well?
Yes, they are available. Not particularly, but yes, we use those in tunable quite a bit.
Perfect, perfect.
The majority of our
Awesome.
installation is tunable white. It's very easy to. The vast majority of it.
Very cool. So they're doing a lot of tunable white, which I think is valuable. I think a lot of people may not recognize just quite how valuable this is. So now, Joe, I'm gonna swing you around here. Make sure you can talk at me now. Show us what you got here on your stand.
Okay. Straightforward. Installation. Lights, some linear pendants, recessed linear tier, your normal type. Power that was controllable or something.
Very cool. Well, Joe, I have a question for you. What's running the behind the scenes? Where are the brains of the outfit?
The brains is software, which we're an indie company and we write all of our own software. We is
Should be able to move a little bit closer to him, Tyler. We're cutting out on his audio. Unfortunately, it's not coming through.
Sorry, Joe. You're doing great. Maria's telling me she's not getting the audio. Can you hear me, Maria?
I can now, yes, but there was about 10 seconds where I couldn't hear any of what Joe was saying, unfortunately. I don't know if
Okay,
it's
so Joe, we want to make sure
distance.
the audience is hearing this.
Yeah,
So I'm going to scoot
sorry,
up
Joe.
real close.
okay. All right.
Joe, and you can
Y'all are
talk
best
toward me just a little bit here. So then tell us about the sensors that you guys are working on, which are very cool. In fact, you guys did a display yesterday during your presentation where you were picking up the CO2 in the room and
Correct.
could tell them that they weren't hitting the CO2 concentrations that they wanted.
That's correct. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Seems to have cut out again, unfortunately, every time it goes to just Joe.
Whether they're,
Yeah, so unfortunately, when it's going to you, Joe, we're losing the audio on the microphone. You apologize. Darn it. So you were talking about how Platformatics, and I'll kind of fill in. Platformatics is doing air detection, HVAC, being able to pick up the air quality, different types of things. And that's a really big deal when you're talking about
It is.
air quality.
Yeah, and by installing the PoE network for the lighting, then you have the ability to add on all types of sensors or other devices as you move forward.
Yes, perfect, because you've got a PUE lighting system. It's already intelligent. You can add on these sensors and intelligence very easily.
Yes.
And that's a big deal. I think that we miss that sometimes when we're talking about PUE lighting. Everybody's just like, oh, lights.
Yeah.
But really, it's not just about lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the technology that it enables, because you have a smart intelligence running on the network cable. You can do far more than just turning on and off a light.
That's correct.
Are there any
Fantastic.
limitations with what their sensors and their triggers can test or read?
She's asking, and the audience is asking, are there any limitations on what the sensors can read and pick up?
Well, not really. It's whatever sensor you would want to attach to the network. As long as it's a standard electrical type, input, then we can input it into our network, and then we are software coders, so we can write code for new devices to bring those onto the network. So we've done things like fire extinguisher monitoring, people counting, obviously the things we've already discussed, relative humidity, CO2, water flow, different types of gases. Yeah, that's something we're asked to do. So any type of like a poisonous gas, if you want a sensor to alert to some type of gas, whatever. As long as there's a sensor available to take that reading, then we can most likely input it onto the network.
Very cool. Very cool.
That's
How much
awesome.
of that did you get, Maria?
All of it, actually.
Yes.
All right.
We're working it out. Very cool. So you heard it here, everybody. You've got Platformatics really focusing on the sensor technology, making your space more intelligent. You can check for water flow, you can check for fire, you can check for presence detection and people counting. So all really important things. So I do have one more question for you, though.
Okay.
I was found out about it. Joe actually revealed to me the last show. Platformatics has recently been acquired by H.E. Williams, which is a large lighting manufacturer.
Correct.
What does that mean for the future of Platformatics and for H.E. Williams?
Well, it's been a great partnership. We were very lucky to have a relationship with them and to be acquired, be chosen to be acquired. So we're developing lots of new products. We're going to have lots of new offerings and an expanded product line coming later this year. So there'll be lots of new inputs and different types of things that we can use in the PoE world, and possibly even some yield. So
we're going to see some new innovation coming from you guys. Fantastic.
Yes,
sounds like
we're going to be going through a rebranding. We're going to have a new logo and
new logo and branding.
Yeah. So
don't tell me you're going to get rid of this guy. This is
going to change a little bit.
No.
But it's going to be it's been a really good partnership, and they're very supportive, and we're still operating as an independent unit and doing what we do, and now we have lots of support behind us.
Fantastic. It helps to have real support and kind of that base foundation of teamwork.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're a great 100 years, and they're very good at what they do, and we think it's a great partnership.
Fantastic. Okay, Joe, last second, camera's right here. What do you want to tell the audience? Most important thing you can say, just a 2-second blurb.
2-second blurb. Well, PoE is about IoT and about being able to collect data. The lighting is just an endpoint on the network for us. So if you can, once you have the network in place, then your possibilities are limitless with what you can do with it.
Perfect. So you heard it here, ladies and gentlemen, from Platformatics. PoE lighting is far more than just lights. It's the IoT and the whole experience altogether.
Absolutely.
Joe, thank you for your time. Appreciate it, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. It was great.
So, yeah, he did a great job. This was fantastic. And I'm glad he was able to come and make it through security for us.
Oh,
so,
yes.
Maria,
I didn't know it was going to be that tight.
I didn't either. I mean, we've caused some real problems. Speaking of which, should we take a look at our booth? I'm going to take you over to our booth real quick and show you, if we have a minute. So this is our booth here at the BICSI show. And what I'll start with is, this is our conference room scheduler here. And right now we're running, and bring this up. We are running get the camera tilted right here. We're running the Heckler PoE wall mount. Guys, super thin. you can see this is it's slightly thicker than an iPad. Very cool product, and it runs on PoE. You'll do power only, and then of course we are showing our new PoE to USB-C with the wall mount. So this new little wall mount here, this white wall mount, works for us very well for the GAT USB-C PD that does PoE to USB-C power and data, which of course we're using to power this iPad Pro Gen 3. So I'll flip this around. You can see it's running our GAT USB-C PD and running our PoE conference room app, which controls the lighting here and here. So you can see this, we're going to turn on and off the lights. Of course, we have also our 4-port GAT, the GBT4, that's 4 ports of PoE for the price of 1 cable. Just a little secret here, wildly unpopular. This is a structured cabling show, and I'm talking about how to get rid of cabling. So surprisingly enough, not a lot of people are interested in seeing this thing. So we have our 43-inch PoE display here that does PoE, and it's running media for us at the show. And we have our whole lighting setup. So you can see we've got our H.E. Williams. We do H.E. Williams too, pendant light. We're running our bright line. This is specific presentation lighting that's PoE powered. All very cool stuff. And I'm going to end by introducing you to what we have on the rack. And for those of you who are curious, this is an announcement that's kind of a spoiler alert. So I know Samsung spoils their public announcements. I'm going to spoil ours just a little. This is our 24-port PoE injector. This guy is designed for PoE lighting. It's a managed layer 1 managed midspan with an onboard screen for control. It has 24 ports, 80 watt per port, kitted with our power platform. This is our power chassis. Let me spin this around here. This is our power chassis designed for PoE lighting. This guy here is going to be the workhorse for PoE lighting in the future, allowing you to add PoE to any switch, add it to your network at a great price, which I am not going to talk about because I will save something at least for the public announcement in March.
That was going to be my next question. Are you going to let them know when it'll be available?
We're going to launch it next month at ISC West. There you go. If you don't know, if you noticed, the motion detector just kicked off while I walked by. So in March, we will announce and launch the 24-port mid-span injector ready to go for public consumption. So there we go. Everyone, this is the PoE Lighting Pavilion. I'm going to tilt my camera down just a little bit. This is the PoE Lighting Pavilion. I'm going to show you one last time because I love it. I can't help it. I got to make this, and you're going to see the blinds come down, the lights come down, and everything. Mm-hmm. Any questions for me, Maria, from the audience or from you?
We don't have any from the audience right now, but I know that you touched a little on just, everything on that we have. Do you have a specific favorite component or favorite part? Since you did put it all together, is there a favorite part you have of whether it be the conference room or the PoE Lighting Pavilion we have?
Well, my favorites, I am a tech junkie, so this guy here with the facial detection, I love it. I think it's very cool. I am very excited that February is the month that we're launching our 802.3 BT switch. What's cool about it is it has the right price point, has the right complexity, and the right amount of power to support small to medium-sized PoE projects. And I like that. I think it's really important that we start seeing products that are affordable. Because the big problem that I see walking around is there are amazing products here at BICSI that do amazing things. I'm always blown away by the cool technology that you'll find here. But I'm also staggered by the problem that PoE and some of this new technology is just not affordable. It's not the kind of thing that I, as a small to medium-sized business, could even hope to achieve. I feel like I have to be a Fortune 500 CEO just to be able to afford some of this technology. But these products, that the GBTS 10-8, which is our 8-port 802.3 BT switch, it's sub $600. It's not going to be like, the Ferrari of switches. It's not going to let you send your children to college and call your friends in South America for free. But what it is, it's going to be a workhorse, and it's going to be reliable, and it's going to be dedicated, and it's going to be the kind of thing that you can achieve. So that's what I really wanted to show with this lighting pavilion, is not only is all this technology existent, it is achievable. It is something that you can install today. It is something you can have, both from the aspect of we can help put the package together, make sure all the different piece parts work together for you and give you a full kit, but it's also something that you can afford. You don't have to take out a special loan and have huge prices. And I think that's something that really is trying to come across here at this lighting pavilion and here at BICSI, is this is not just the future, it's today. And not only today from the perspective of technology development, but also from cost and understanding the technology to be able to roll it out and make it a realistic in buildings and in construction projects going on right now.
That's awesome. I'm excited to see where else it can go.
I think we're going to see some very cool stuff in the next 6 to 12 months.
From us or in general?
Both. The space is growing. I mean, the people here are all innovating. I can tell you, when you talk to Platformatics a year ago, they wouldn't have said they had all the sensor tech. And of course, they're not telling me all the cool stuff they're doing. I hear these rumors and quiet conversations about what's coming down the pipe, but everybody's got their stuff that they're working on.
That's true. It's exciting stuff.
It is. Well, cool. Well, Maria, if there are no questions from the audience, I really appreciate you guys making time and letting me do this live presentation right here from the PoE Lighting Pavilion at BICSI in Tampa, Florida. If you're in Tampa or can get close and you need tickets, call us up. We can get you into the show. Otherwise, we're going to do some highlights. We're going to take some video. Especially, I'll see if I can get that virtual tour thrown up on our channel so you can see that. Anytime you have any questions, text, hit us on Facebook, hit us on YouTube, hit us on Instagram. If you want pictures or see anything at BICSI, let us know. I can make it happen while I'm here.
Yes, thank you, Tyler. It was great to see the booth. I got to go last year. We were live at BICSI again, but this time I'm in the home fort holding everything down, so it's cool to see it from somewhat of an outside perspective. All right, let's go ahead and switch over. Thanks again, Tyler. Thank you, everyone who watched with us today. It was great to have you guys. Again, sorry for the minor technical difficulties with Facebook. That seems to be always the only one that we ever have somewhat of an issue with if we do. But if you did find this live stream today helpful or interesting in any way, share it with your friends, share it with your colleagues, even your customers. Hit that share button, hit that like button. You'd be surprised at how sharing these types of videos with this type of information and discussion can really help your reputation and your credibility in your field. So definitely get to sharing, that way you can see what other people have to think of it. And then we will be back live on March 12th, really early in the morning. It'll be at 7:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, but we'll be moderating a panel of developers who have done PoE lighting and automation, with lighting and automation, to find out how power over Ethernet makes sense in that type of setting and that type of setup, and to see what they're looking for from contractors and suppliers. And I'll add the link in the comments below, that way y'all can have all the info on that date to come. And then so we'll see y'all next time. Thanks again for watching. You'll have a good rest of your week.
Hey, we're back. I think we need to cut to the end screen.
Oh, yes, I do. There it is.